Hi there, I care and you matter. I'm Shannon and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to share another quick, easy, economical, and effective planner hack that I came up with to help myself. I have psoriatic arthritis, and so I have to be very careful about overusing my hands. And well, I use them a lot for typing and I need to keep them for that. So opening and closing the rings on my planner is just not wise. Not to mention it could be painful and just not worth my effort. So I came up with another way to get things in and out of my planner while still keeping them organized and contained. And I have found and I recognize that there are a lot of pockets and pouches for planners already on the market on Amazon and whatnot, but most of them I find are horizontal, and I wanted a vertical way to store my papers. And so as you see here, I made literally less than 5 minutes time and literally less than $3. I made two very effective, nice poly pockets for papers and projects in my planner. And you could put these in the back. I like to have it in the front because this is where I'm going to keep things that I'm actively working on and need to reference on a daily basis. Many times during the day. And that's exactly why I don't want to be opening and closing these rings. And in fact, not using the ring so much will actually help extend the life of your your 3-ring binder or your planner to begin with. So with that said, I'm going to jump backwards a little bit, show you the folder that I actually started with, why, and how I got to this finished product. To do this project or to make these pocket folders is very simple. You're going to want to get a plastic or a poly or really any kind of heavy duty 2-pocket folder. And I was at my local office supply store. I like to go to Office Depot, but you can get folders, at local thrift stores. You can get them on Amazon, whatever you find that fits your needs. But you're going to want, like I said, you're going to want something sturdy because hopefully this is going to last you a good long time and you're going to be using it day in, day out. And you're going to want to look for a folder that has nice long pockets on the inside. And you can see I have one that has prongs here. It doesn't matter because I'm going to cut this up anyway. But before I get started on the project, I wanted to show you exactly what I'm working with. Again, I chose a nice bright color. This even has ridges in it, so there's got some texture. But what I liked about this is the pockets on the inside are long. And this particular folder does not have notches cut into it for business cards. But even if you had one that had notches in it for business cards, you could actually use that to your advantage, because when you create the pocket, you use those little notches to put little affirmations or even small to-do lists. Again, there's all sorts of ways you could actually use that to your advantage. But for me, I just wanted 2 plain pockets. So I'm going to cut here and show you the next step. Okay, we're back. Now, what I did is I took a sheet of my planner paper that I actually make myself. Link in the description for a video talking about how and why I do that. But I take my piece of planner paper so that I can measure up just literally visually by holding it up to the pockets on the folder, so I know where and how to make my cuts. Again, I wanted the pockets going up and down, and when I got my paper cutter out and went to trim it up, this was really getting in the way. So I just took a pair of scissors and just lopped that part off, and I encourage you to do the same. Just take that seam of the folder off completely and toss it aside. And then it was very easy for me to measure. I just held up a sheet of my paper and then decided that I wanted the folder to overlap the top by a little bit, trim that off. And then I also knew that I needed to leave some space along the edge here, the inside or the gutter portion of the folders, so that I could punch the folder itself in order to fit inside my planner. And so I'm going to go ahead and take care of those. See, I didn't even take the label off yet. I'm going to take care of those last few steps here on camera so you can see exactly what I mean. And after, actually I should share this as well. After you have your 2 folders set up, or at least cut to size, you're going to have some pieces of vinyl plastic left over from the original folder itself. Don't throw these away. You can use it for all sorts of things. For example, you can cut them down to size to put in the spine, the little label section on the spines of 3-ring binders. You can trim off or round off the corners, 3-hole punch list, create a dashboard for your planner. Also, you could use them to make a page finder in your planner, all sorts of things. I just keep a folder in my file folder, or files, my hanging files, and I just drop these in there. And over time, I get quite the little collection of pieces of poly and plastic, because you know what? I just use them for all sorts of things. So hang on to those. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and trim off. And you could do this with scissors if you want. I spent $5 on this little corner trimmer on Amazon. If I can find the link to it, I will put it down below. It's nothing fancy, but it certainly is handy. And that's not actually coming off as cleanly as I would have liked, probably because it's double the plastic here. So I'm just going to trim the remainder of that with scissors here. Great. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and preemptive and do that as well here by hand. I like doing this simply because corners in my planner take a beating, and this way I can be proactive about keeping it nice. Again, this one purchase, I think I spent $3 for this folder, is going to last me and serve me well, hopefully for a good long time. So next, you can see that my paper is just going to slide right in there. But I still need to punch my holes along this edge. So that's what I'm going to do next. And to do that, again, take one of my sheets of paper. I'm going to hold it up against the edge here. And you know what? Actually, let me grab my planner to make sure this is going to line up correctly. Because I want to make sure that it clears the top and the bottom of where the ring release things are. Ooh, that's going to just barely make it, but should be perfect. There we go. So I'm just visually lining up the holes on my paper to the rings in my planner in order to determine where to actually punch those holes. I'm going to do that by hand with my little handy dandy punch here. There we go. Not the strongest, but it's just a couple punches, so this I can certainly do by hand. May need 2 hands, may need both hands, but it works. Getting it done. There we go. And for the next one, because remember that one folder yielded 2, I'm going to have them facing like this. So all I have to do is line up the holes that I made on my first one and punch them in my second folder. Almost there. Whoops. I want to get these as lined up as well as I possibly can. And I'm well aware that you can buy little pockets for planners pre-made. However, what I've found to be the case has been those pockets are always horizontal, not vertical. And I really wanted something vertical in my planner. There we go. Got him. Perfect. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put this in the front or the back of my planner, but let's go ahead and try both out together. In another video, I shared how to make a project pocket because I have dexterity issues. I have psoriatic arthritis, so my hands aren't the greatest. And of course, I want to preserve what little dexterity I have. So while I really love the adaptability and the ability to customize and personalize a planner in a 3-ring binder, it is incredibly difficult for me to open and close the rings all the time. And so I'm constantly looking for new ways to make my planner, my ring bound planner, that much more accessible and usable and effective for me. So there we have it. That actually works great. So this way is another way for me to just put papers inside my planner and not have to deal with the rings. And I actually like how it looks at the front because I'm going to be grabbing things in and out of this area constantly. And if I'm concerned about papers coming out at the top, no problem at all. I just put a pretty little this isn't pretty, but I have several pretty paper clips that I can put there just to keep the paper inside. Wow, I'm thrilled with that. So there you have it, an easy peasy economical way to create 2 vertical pocket folders for inside your 3-ring binder planner. If you like this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, I invite you to subscribe here for more videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. And I sure hope you like this tack. Bye-bye.